Hi, I'm Tim Frericks, and I'm the author of this, the Startup Assembly Manual. I based this book on what I learned from 40 years of starting businesses, succeeding and failing and learning. I started 6 companies, 4 of which worked out pretty well, and 2 that did not. However, I learned from each adventure. After selling the last company, I set out to mentor and coach aspiring entrepreneurs, but I wasn't exactly sure what to tell them. So I bought a lot of books and tried to figure out why I succeeded when I did, and why I didn't when I didn't. However, the books I studied seemed to be either academic or written by wildly successful entrepreneurs who had a very different idea of startup than I did. Here's the thing. I wanted to help the average guy like me with an idea and no clue what to do next. So, using my experience and my background, I developed the ACE methodology. The ACE methodology is a logical and sequential set of steps to follow that can help you go from idea to business. There are 3 stages: assessment, confirmation, and execution. And here's the quick overview. The process starts by an assessment of yourself, your customer and the market size, your product, and your business idea. All of that assessment generates a set of assumptions. Assumptions that you have to define and validate in the confirmation stage. And if you successfully define and validate those assumptions about the product-customer fit and the business structure, you can carry all of that into the execution stage where you start your business for real, selling a real product to a lot of real customers. Let's look at it in a little bit more depth. The first step in the assessment process is maybe the most important, the process of assessing yourself. Not everybody is cut out to start a business. Do you know what to expect when you're actually running a business? I mean, what happens if you actually start a business? Do you know what you're getting into? Do you know what characteristics are essential to a successful entrepreneur? Most important, do you have them? Secondly, you have to fully assess your potential customer so you know who they are and can determine if they actually have the problem your product tries to solve. And how urgently do they need to solve it? Where do they go for solutions or information about solutions for the problem you think they have? How do you get to them? How do you approach them and ask them these questions? If, after a lot of informal investigation, it turns out that they don't really have the problem or urgently need a solution, you may not have a strong enough product concept to build a business around. The third assessment area is the product, which is your solution to their problem. The goal is to create a product in which people see value. And that means your product has to fit the needs of the customer, which you just worked out. If you cannot create a strong product-customer fit, you probably can't create a motivated customer. No motivated customer, no product, no business to build. But if you feel that you are able to create a strong product-customer fit, that there's a market for your product, you can start to think about how to put together the business you have to build. And that's what business assessment is all about. Business assessment works on whether or not you can generate a profit. Potential customers will tell you what value perception they have, and that will tell you the price at which they'll pay for your product. To figure out if you can make any money at this, you have to work out costs and then determine if the costs are lower than the price people are telling you that they'll pay. Well, you come out of assessment with a good set of assumptions, but they're only guesses until real people agree with them. The definition phase of confirmation is where you bounce your assumptions off of actual potential customers. This is first done with research, using mock-ups and prototypes. If you can verify that your assumptions make sense to people, that you can create a profitable customer, you may really have something. But then you have to prove that you can sell it to a market, which is a bunch of customers. All this effort builds proof of concept, and until you can deliver proof of concept to investors, they won't listen. You may not be investor ready yet. So why is being investor ready important? Well, because the next step after definition is validation. In validation, you validate your defined assumptions by actually selling your product. And guess what? To sell them, you have to make them. And that takes money from somebody. Everything about making, marketing, selling, distributing your product takes money. To attract money, you have to enter validation with a really strong set of assumptions and prove they work through actual sales. People actually taking money out of their pocket. Then it all leads to starting the actual business, execution. Execution is all about making the product and selling it for a profit. It's also about growing your business carefully, slowly, sensibly, methodically. I've known businesses that grew themselves right out of business by not being smart at this point. If you do all this right, you'll have a business that's worth something. You can run it, you can sell it, or whatever your exit plan is. Well, that's the quick overview of the ACE methodology and the Startup Assembly Manual. There's obviously a lot more about all the topics I touched about in the book. It's a guide to logically pursuing your business dream. It's the what to do next for people with an idea and no clue what to do next. Take a look around the website or just buy the book. That would be nice. Good luck. I hope this helps.